kids a little brief intro. We are, oh my gosh, they're screaming in the chat box. We are so lucky to have you, kids. I know, it's so exciting, but no way, it's him, no way, they say. But just so you guys know, I know we have a lot of parents on who know who Big Daddy Kane is, but he is one of the most amazing MCs that ever lived. Because of him, we have what we call the hip-hop genre that is today. He's a Grammy Award-winning MC. He's an actor. He's worked with some of the most amazing, influential people in the music industry, including Patti LaBelle and Quincy Jones and Tupac and so many more. He's helped Jay-Z start his career, and he pioneered something called fast rhyming or rhythmic rhyming. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yes, and he's amazing. Farrah, keep yourself muted, my love. Keep yourself muted. So we are so honored and privileged to have him here, and a lot of the music we listen to today is inspired by Big Daddy Kane and artists like him that really pioneered the hip-hop genre in the 80s and the 90s. So we are so grateful. Can we give him like a little finger shout out since we're on Zoom and we can't give him a great applause. But thank you again for being here. And I just want to start with, if you want to share with the kids sort of how you got into the music business and how your career first started. We're in New York City, and I know a lot of our kids do actually live in Brooklyn, where you're from. So we'd love to learn a little bit about your start and the beginning of your career.
Sure. Well, first, let me just start by saying good afternoon to everyone, and I hope that y'all are having a great day. Yeah, my name is Big Daddy Kane, and my career started basically 1987. I didn't drop an album to 88, but I had 2 singles out in 87. And I think that everything happened, through hard work and determination. What I mean by that is, all the places that I performed at as a beginner, as a local artist, and all the people that I met, and things that I did to get involved in hip hop, and I just kept with it. So if there's a dream that you have and something that you're trying to do, I'm telling you now, stick with it. It doesn't have to be hip hop. You can want to be a basketball player, you can want to be a lawyer, a doctor, a policeman, or whatever. Anything that you want to do in life, if that's your passion, stick with it and stay focused. And most importantly, stay around productive people that believe in what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. I love that. That's amazing. We've been talking this week about sort of growth mindset and overcoming challenges and not giving up when things are hard, and teaching our kids about that. Is there any sort of struggles or challenges that you faced in your career that you were able to get over with a positive mindset or with that determination?
Absolutely. The music business it's a roller coaster ride. So it has its ups and downs. And there were a lot of things that I had to deal with, such as, arguments with the record label about what song to put out, album artwork, what photo to use, things of that nature, a lot of stuff. And sometimes it gets strenuous, with interviews and having to travel and things of that nature. But it's like when you say to yourself, what do you really want in life? And you
Right.
take a glimpse of that end goal, you realize that, whatever's in your path, it's not a wall, it's not a brick wall. It's only an obstacle. Jump over it and keep moving.
I love that. How do you've been in the business so long, and like you said, it's been a roller coaster, and I think sometimes as kids and even as young adults, we think, oh, once I'm successful, I'll be happy. Once I'm rich, I'll be happy. I'll have no more struggles. But as we know, that's not always the case. So as you've gone through your career, what are some of the things you do to stay focused and to keep growing as an artist and as a human?
Well, let me just say this real quick. Being rich and having money are 2 different things. Y'all please understand.
Right, that's right, absolutely.
Please understand that. Because some of the wealthiest people in the world are not happy. There's a whole lot of people that's mega millionaires and they're miserable, you know? Being rich, that's when you're rich on life. You're rich on life. You're happy with where you're at in life. You're happy with the path that you're on in life. You know, you may not even be at your main goal yet, but you're happy with the path, you know? So they're definitely two different things, you know? I mean, with me, I had to figure that out. You know, there was a time where, you know, I felt like, okay, I'm on the road, I'm making so much money. Everybody wants my autographs, everybody want to work with me, you know, but I mean, I realized that, you know, I wasn't really happy. You know, there's a lot going on in my personal life that I'm not going to share with y'all. But there was a lot in my personal life that I just wasn't happy. And I had to really step back and rethink things and, you know, get it together.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's nothing to be ashamed of, you know. I mean, you know, sometimes you have to do that, you know. As long as you know to do that. The bad thing would be to ignore it and just keep letting bad things happen or keep going down a destructive road. If you have to stop and reset, there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. And resetting as many times as you need is part of life. And like you said, knowing that it's okay to reset and restart. So thank you for that. One of your most famous songs, and Ain't No Half Steppin', and actually a lyric in the tagline of your Instagram, I'm different, so don't compare me to another. I love that because you're celebrating you and uniqueness and what makes you you. And I think for a lot of kids, it's hard to embrace your authentic self, and we're always trying to compare ourselves to others and be something we're not. What kind of advice would you give kids that maybe have a hard time being who they are rather than having to be someone else?
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys is this. There's something very, very unique in each and every one of you. Each and every one of y'all have something very unique, a unique quality that's different than everyone else that's in this chat. You know, you have to find that, embrace that, and introduce it to the world. And that's what people are going to love you for, your uniqueness. You know, one of the most dangerous things you can do is be trendy. Because let me tell you about that. When you're trendy, once the trend is gone and forgotten, you're gone and forgotten. Because whoever was happy and pleased with their trend, they're moving on to the next trend. You see what I'm saying? So find your unique quality and give the world that. Trust me, they're going to love it so much more. Be who you are, be the very best of what you are. Reach for the moon. If you miss it, cling to a star.
I love that. Absolutely. And that's exactly what we were talking about on Tuesday, right, you guys, with all your positive words that we talked about. So I have a question for you. What advice would you give your younger self? If you could hear something from you now, like what do you think you could take or what advice would you give your younger self?
The advice that I would give my younger self is when entering into the music business, understand that that's not one word, that's two words. There's music and there's business. So just like you're on top of your music, be on top of your business.
That's great. And I think, you know, as a lot of our teachers, our artists, we've all had to learn that the hard way too. It's not just about the art, but if you're going to survive, it's about the business and knowing how to be in that business. That's amazing. So I've watched a lot of your interviews over the years and followed your career and grew up in the 80s with all your songs. And one thing I love about you, and we talked a little about this briefly, but you never tear other people down. I feel like no matter what comes at you, you have a very positive lens through life. And right now when...
I can't hear you.
Wendy, we can't hear you.
You're muted.
It doesn't say that she's muted.
Guys, stay muted.
Daddy.
Stay muted, guys. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
Okay, great. So I was going to say, you know, in a lot of your interviews over the years, and especially this last year. There's so much going on in our world, so much negativity floating around, and you always seem to stay positive and see things through a really positive lens. Do you have any advice for us and our kids for sort of when we're faced with hardship and negativity and challenges, how do we continue to be positive and see things through that positive lens?
Well, I mean, I think that one of the main things you want to do is surround yourself with positive people. You know, when you're around a lot of negative people, that energy can bring you down. It start making you see things in a more darker perspective, you know. So, I mean, I think that it's very important to be around positive people. And then, you know, also, it's like you really, mainly you really just have to protect your energy. What I mean by that is like, if you're trying to be a good person and you're trying to do good things, you have to really be in those surroundings and keep that frame of mind, you know? And I mean, sometimes you're going to have people that's coming to you with negative ideas, negative thoughts, negative proposals. And, you know, you have to really understand how to not deal with that and not indulge in that conversation, you know?
Right.
Like there was a joke that I saw once, you know, and it had one man saying, it's not wise to argue with ignorant people. And the guy he said it to said, nah, that's not the way to do it. And the first guy said, you're absolutely right. And what I mean is he wouldn't even argue with him.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's the type of thing where you have to understand not to even indulge in those type of conversations, you know?
Right, absolutely. And something at DMF Youth that we're always promoting is taking the higher road and leading with kindness, because the bad energy will just take you down with it. So
Absolutely.
I love that. Now, would you be open to taking a couple questions from our kiddos?
I would love to.
Okay, so if you have a question, you're going to tap your head, and I'm going to be calling on people that are been muted. So tap your head for me if you have a question. And I think I'm going to start with Maria. So where did she go? Oh, there she is. So I'm going to, if you want to unmute yourself and ask your question to Ms.
Hold up.
Kane, that'd be awesome. So go for it, Malia. Guys, keep yourself on mute except Malia.
When I told my dad said that he used to hang out with him.
Oh.
That's what he said.
Oh yeah? What's your dad's name?
Frederick?
You said Frederick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's possible. But anyway, tell your dad that I said hello.
Okay.
Okay, let's ask questions. Can we ask some questions about Big Daddy Kane's career, or maybe something along the lines of his music? Let's see who has a hand up. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pick someone. Let's go with Lily.
I don't know if this was I don't know if you asked me this already, but I think it's a little different.
I can't hear. I can't hear.
Lily, you're cutting out. So put your message in the chat box, okay? Because you're cutting out, okay, hon? Okay, we're gonna go to someone else. Sorry about that, Kane. Give me 1 second.
Olivia been raising her hand for the longest.
I know. I'm trying to. It's hard to see everyone on the screen. I think I'm gonna go with Joshua. Do you want to ask a question?
Why is his name Big Daddy King?
It's just a stage name, you know. I mean that's all. You know, back in my day, we didn't really use our real names in hip hop. We had alternative names that we use as rappers and DJs and breakdancers, you know. So it's just a stage name. That's all.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Joshua. Hold on. Let me go to, I think I see Chantel.
I have a question. What made you start your career?
Well, I've been like a fan of hip hop since I want to say like around 1975, way before you was born, you know. But just listening to it, and then in 1979, hearing that there was actually a hip hop song playing on the radio. It wasn't just in the park jams anymore. Now it's playing on the radio, just like R&B music and pop music and rock music. I felt like, this is something that I want to indulge in. I think that I might be able to be successful at it.
I love that. Thank you, Chantel. That's a great question. Oh, I think Lily asked, did you get discovered by someone?
Yes, Lily. I was discovered by a guy named Biz Markie. Did you ever watch Yo Gabba Gabba?
I think some of our kids definitely watch that.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, if you remember,
I love that show. It's amazing.
yeah. You remember Biz Beat of the Day? You remember that? Put your thumbs up if y'all remember Biz Beat of the Day. All right. Well, that's the guy who discovered me.
No.
How cool is that, you guys? That's amazing. All right, another question. Tap your head so I can see you. Oh, Madison, or is that Kayla? Okay, one question, okay, Kayla? I know you liked your questions.
Okay. So, first, my family is a huge fan. Second off, what was your first album?
My first album was called Long Live the Kane. Like how they used to say Long Live the King, I called it Long Live the Kane. And it came out in 1988.
Okay.
Thank you, Kayla. All right, we're gonna do one more question or two more questions, and then I have one more question myself. So let's see. Can one of my teachers take Kayla and Maddie off the spotlight, and then I'm gonna go to, put your hand up if you have the question, hand on your head so I can see you. I think I'm gonna go to Rehan.
So did you have any merch, like any t-shirts that you used to sell? And how much money did you get from selling did you have like they had any merch, like they had any t-shirts that you used to sell?
Yes.
They had any, so how much money would you get from selling those?
I mean, it differs. We sell them, year round. So, it differs. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's a little. But yeah, I mean, I get at the present moment. I mean, I've always had T-shirts, but at the present moment, I have one with like I think it's like 3 of my photos. One from the 80s, one from the 90s, and one from now. And then I have another one with the lyrics to the song that your teacher mentioned, Ain't No Half Steppin', the paper that I originally wrote it on way back in the days. We had that put onto a t-shirt, and we sell those.
That's awesome. You guys, we'll find out where you guys can find those, okay? We'll post it for our next class, okay? Super cool. All right, last question. And let's see, I'm going to go to, who has their hand on their head? Who has their hand on their head? So many people have their hands on the head. So I think I'm gonna go to, is that Sasha? Or Prince Chad? I can't see.
Both of us. Check home.
So ask your question, Sasha.
So my question is, what is your take on Black Lives Matter?
My take on Black Lives Matter? I mean, I believe that Black Lives Matter. Absolutely. I just, I just think it's, the type of thing where, people just really have to understand that it's not a thing saying that only Black Lives Matter. Everybody life matter. It's just that we want black people to be treated the same way as everyone else, you know. But yeah, I have much respect for Black Lives Matter and support it. You know.
Okay, thank you.
In fact,
I have a question.
Okay, let me just say this real
I have
quick.
two.
Wait,
So
hold
my
on.
first
Prince,
Let me say this real quick.
I
Prince,
have one.
hold on. Prince, let him finish, okay, buddy?
I have a new song out called Enough. Ask your parents to listen to it and see if it's okay for y'all to hear it. There's no curse on anything, but I mean, let your parents listen to it and see if it's okay for y'all to hear it. As I speak about it on that song, but it's called Enough.
Awesome. Thank you, Kane. All right, Prince, go for it. You can ask your question.
So I have one question. Who is your favorite? No, if you had to pick from all of your songs, which one is your favorite?
Good question.
For my songs, Set It Off. It's the song that motivates me. Like whenever I do a show, I always do that song first because that's where I get my energy.
Okay.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I just have one more little question for you, Kane.
All right, before you ask me that, can we get Olivia, because she had her hand up before everyone else, and she's keeping it up.
Let me see. Where's Olivia? Hold on.
Right under, I see her under Toomey.
Under Miss Toomey. Hold on. I got to go to the first page. Sorry, we have 3 different pages here. Where Miss Toomey? Who sees Olivia? Who can make her? Oh, there she is. I see her. There we go. All right, Olivia, ask your question, hun bun.
I think she's still muted. There she go.
I actually have 2 questions. My first question was, here actually they're both the same. How long have you been in the business, and are you still in the music business?
Well, yes, I'm still in the music business, and I have been in it for 33 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's really impressive because
That's a long time.
it's a long time. And you know what? That's a testament to how awesome Big Daddy Kane is, because a lot of artists, you know, they're popular for a hot minute and then they kind of, you know, fall off the wagon. So he has a lot of longevity in music, which is really special and really, really awesome. And that's because of how hardworking and determined and that positive mindset that we talked about. So amazing, really good question. So I have a little question for you, Kane. We do, and a lot of our kids haven't learned this yet, but do you have any like tips for us for like some rhymes, some positive rhymes? We do a little affirmation that has a little rhyme, but I wasn't sure like if you have any sort of rhymes that get you going, that lift you up, that maybe you could share with the kids.
I thought I already did.
Well, you
thought I already did. I said, what did I say? I said, be who you are, be the very best of who you are. Reach for the moon, but if you miss it, cling to a star. That's a rhyme.
That is a rhyme. Yes, I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anyone share with
you know what? The Sugar Hill Gang, the rap
okay.
group that made the very first rap song ever, the Sugar Hill Gang has a children's rap book out. So if you get a chance, check it out and see if there's access for the students.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Does anyone want to share? Does anyone know our DMF Youth affirmation really well that can share it with him? You got to remember it from last year.
Do I know it?
I know it.
I do. Want to share with everyone? You remember it?
Yes, in my head.
Okay, go for it. Share.
Okay, it goes now. I am smart. I'm smart. Something. Okay, I totally forgot it. Can somebody help me here?
That's okay. I'm going to mute you because you're breaking up. So it goes, I am strong, I am smart, I can do anything I want with heart, I am kind, I am loved, and I will always rise above, right? We remember that? We're going to go over that next week and go over our dance to that. So, Kane, I am so humble that you joined us today, and I just want to thank you so much. It was so inspiring to hear you speak and to answer all those questions, and we are so grateful to have you here. And again, just thank you for taking some time out of your day to inspire our kids. And kids, we're so thank you. Can we unmute for a second and just give him a big round of a thank you for us?
Ooh. Thank you. Give it up.
Hey, can I ask the last question?
Thank you all. I really appreciate it. Thank you all.
Can I ask the question? The last one.
One more time. Let's mute ourselves one more time.
It's better. Some of us didn't
Have any
get
closing
answer.
remarks before? Oh, guys, mute yourself, please.
Miss.
Hold on. All right. Any closing remarks before we go, Ms. Kane? Or
Wait, Miss Lindy. Can I
Have a good day, Lindy.
guys, hold on 1 sec, please. Keep yourself muted.
Listen, I'm just going to say that if I wasn't able to answer your question or speak to you one-on-one, I truly apologize, but I really enjoyed conversating with you, with all of y'all. And I want to wish you all the best. You know, whatever you're doing, please just stay focused, and, you know, don't give up, you know, please stay focused. It's very, very important, because these are challenging times, but, you know, we're going to get through it. You know, so y'all just stay focused, and much respect and continued blessings to each and every one of y'all.
Thank you so much, Kane. Blessings right back at you, and we really appreciate you. Have a great day, and we can't wait to listen to Enough. We're going to just show it to all the kids.
Thank you for your time.
Cool. All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. We love you. Bye.
Have a good day.